Right off the bat, Donald Trump put Andrew Jackson's portrait back in the Oval Office. That tells you something. It's like a petrolhead sticking a Ferrari F40 poster on their garage wall. It's about respect. It's about admiration. Trump sees a bit of himself in Old Hickory, and who can blame him? Jackson was a straight talker, a brawler. He didn't care much for what the fancy pants in Washington thought. Sound familiar? Trump's the same. He doesn't mince words. He doesn't play the political correctness game. He calls it as he sees it. And that ruffles some feathers. But that's what his supporters love about him. Just like Jackson's supporters loved him. They're both outsiders who shook things up. They both challenged the establishment, and they both paid the price for it. But that's a story for another day. Both Trump and Jackson were masters of populism. They knew how to work a crowd. They knew how to tap into people's anger and frustration, and they knew how to channel that energy into political power. They both spoke directly to the common man. They promised to fight for the little guy, to drain the swamp, to make America great again. And people believed them. They believed in their message of hope and change. Trump promised to bring back jobs, to build a wall, to put America first. And his supporters loved it. They loved his no-nonsense approach. They loved his willingness to fight for them. Jackson fought against the banks. He fought for the common man's right to vote. He expanded suffrage and championed the rights of the working class. His policies resonated deeply with the everyday American. Both Trump and Jackson were outsiders. They didn't come from the usual political families. They didn't go to the right schools. And they didn't play the Washington game. Jackson was a war hero, a man of the people. He didn't care for the fancy manners of the Washington elite. He was there to fight for the common man, and he wasn't afraid to step on some toes to do it. Trump was a businessman, a deal maker. He built a massive empire from scratch. He didn't need the approval of the Washington insiders. He was already successful in his own right. Both men were hated by the establishment. They were seen as threats to the status quo, and they were both attacked relentlessly by the media. But that only made them stronger. It only made their supporters more determined to see them succeed. Neither Trump nor Jackson was afraid of a fight. They were both known for their combative styles, and they both had their fair share of controversies. Jackson was known for his quick temper. He wasn't afraid to use his power to get what he wanted. And he wasn't afraid to make enemies along the way. His presidency was marked by fierce battles with Congress and the Supreme Court. Trump was equally as combative. He used Twitter like a weapon. He attacked his opponents relentlessly. He didn't back down from a fight, and he seemed to relish in the chaos. Both men were accused of being tyrants, of abusing their power, of being unfit for office. But their supporters didn't care. They loved their fighting spirit. They loved that they weren't afraid to stand up for what they believed in, and that's what made them both such effective populists. They understood that sometimes you have to break a few eggs to make an omelette, and they weren't afraid to get their hands dirty. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe for more content. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.